Hi, it's Maya. Maybe you can relate to this. You're knee-deep in your study material for an important exam. There's a higher than usual stress level constantly on you, and all you want to do is come home for Christmas. But what you actually have to do is pull 12-hour study days to prepare for an exam that you must pass, come what may. That's me right now. So let me show you what I eat in a day when I need to save time on cooking. On Tuesday, I started my day with coffee with a teaspoon of honey and went on to eat a plum and 4 vegetable stuffed spring rolls for lunch. They were filled with carrots, spring onion and bamboo sprouts among else, and they only took a couple of minutes in the oven. Afterwards, I had another cup of coffee. In the evening, I was craving something fresh that wouldn't take long to put together, so I made a fruit bowl with a plant-based chocolate pudding as a base and topped that off with banana, plum, an apple and chia seeds. This took maybe 10 minutes to make. Fruit bowls are a lifesaver during stressful exam season. Before bed, I made some hot cocoa with a teaspoon of chai latte powder, a teaspoon of cocoa powder and warm almond milk. Stress is not good for the immune system, so I got a bit of a cold that week. On Wednesday, I started my day with Theraflu, which is a hot lemon-flavored drink that contains paracetamol, which can help keep the symptoms of a cold at bay, and which I got at the pharmacy. I ate chili sin carne in the morning and drank some coffee as well. This came from a can, by the way, so it only took a minute. I went to my favorite cafe to study and ordered an oat milk cappuccino as well as a piece of vegan pistachio raspberry cake. My friend Jolene joined me and we got some uni work done. I was back home for tea time and later ate rice paper rolls filled with rice noodles, tofu, cucumber, lettuce and carrots. This came with a peanut dip and I used my very cute panda chopsticks for this meal, which remind me of Kung Fu Panda. Over the course of the day, I also consumed a few salvia cough drops to help my sore throat. First, I began with a cup of coffee with honey, as well as some Theraflu for my cold. My flatmate was eating a clementine and was very sweet and gave me one. If you saw the series Alias Grace, you might be familiar with the superstition that good things happen to you when you manage to peel your fruit in one go, and this time it actually worked. Lunch was a mixed bowl with rice, salad, broccoli, tomatoes, edamame and tofu, as well as a cup of tea and a piece of chocolate cake. I had more tea after lunch and a little treat which we call Dominostein in Germany. You have some marmalade, marzipan and chocolate in there. I definitely need to reduce my intake of refined sugar, I'm noticing. For dinner I saved time by eating a pot of hummus with guac and a whole pre-cooked beetroot. These are not the most delicious in my opinion, but they're apparently quite healthy. The next day I had my practical exam in gynecology, which is part of the state exam. I bought a sandwich with lettuce, cheese, tomato and cucumber in hospital and made myself some coffee with maple syrup when I came home from the exam. I still wasn't feeling perfectly healthy again, so I had more cough drops over the course of that day and I studied like I do every day. Making meals that can be baked in the oven is a great time-saving tool because you can continue studying in that pocket of time. So for dinner I cut and diced an aubergine and mixed that with dried oregano, paprika powder and a bit of tahini. It went in the oven for 20 minutes or so and I ate that along with some more tahini as well as a fruit bowl. That consisted of 2 plums and an apple with cinnamon spice mix. Afterwards I indulged in some more Theraflu for my sniffles. Saturday was 2 days away from my oral gynecology state exam and it was very stressful indeed. Looking back, I'm happy to say I passed that exam, but the preparation was not fun. I got myself ready for studying with a cup of coffee. I ordered a vegetarian pizza for lunch. It had bell pepper, courgette, mushrooms and corn as a topping and was part of a €6 offer, which is great for us students. In the afternoon, I needed some liquid motivation and drank this plant-based coconut cappuccino, which helped me focus on the study material. For dinner, I decided to go with fruit again because it's rapidly done. I cut up a banana and an apple, as well as a plum, and I had gone to the shop for some organic cherries, which cost me an arm and a leg, but they were worth it. If you're familiar with gynecology, obstetrics or embryology, you might notice this plate ended up looking a bit like a blastocyst, where the cherries are the trophoblast and the banana is the embryoblast. I added cocoa powder to the banana and cinnamon spice mix to the apple, and this was delicious. Let's finish by saying 5 positive affirmations. I have enough time to do everything that is important to me. I get better at managing my time every day. Studying and learning are joyful activities for me. My focus is sharp. My mind is clear. Thank you so much for watching.